Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the show, the top of this can of liquid death, sparkling water. Sorry, sometimes when you're your own camera person, these things make their way into the shot. Anyway, no, this video is all about this pedal right here. From one of my favorite pedal companies on earth, Crazy Tube Circuits. It's the Crossfire. Seriously though, Crazy Tube Circuits has been making some terrific pedals, and I've been making videos for them for probably well over 10 years at this point. They always come with great stuff. They're in Greece. Greece is awesome. This pedal is all about basically having an ampy Fender style sound on this side, and then this side, screamer. So of course the classic SRV kind of combo. On the left side of the pedal, the Ampy side of the pedal, this is really great sounding, by the way, for waking up. Kind of like a sterile clean channel, or if you've got a neutral kind of clean. You get a full tone stack in here with a treble, a mid, and a bass control. And it really is like kind of like a preamp in a pedal, essentially. Like, it doesn't even have to be dirty. It can just be a tone shaper. It's like adding EQ or a little bit of like coloration to your sort of lifeless clean sound. It'll definitely help to wake it up. But it will distort if you want it to. And there's a switch here for headroom. So you can actually get more of a clipped, almost like maybe tweed amp feel out of it, or a more open, more high headroom sound. I actually preferred the high headroom setting, and I think I ended up using it for basically the whole video. And then you've also got a bright switch here. For some of the higher gain sounds in the video, where I was using this side of the pedal, I turned off the bright, because I find the pedal's actually got quite a bit of top end. It sounds good though, it's not too bright, and there's definitely ability to tweak it there via the bright switch or the treble control by knocking that back. And the other two controls on that side are a volume and a gain. Over here on the right side, this is the screamer side. I would say that it's got more gain than a screamer, actually, in the highest gain setting. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it seems to. Because you've got a gain range switch here. This switch right here, where you can change from a lower gain, which sounds very screamer-esque to me, to a higher gain mode. And then there's actually a switch here to switch from asymmetrical to symmetrical clipping. I sort of preferred the asymmetrical clipping for most of the video. It seemed a little more forward, and like the tone opened up a little bit more when I was using that. For the part that I played on my silver Sur guitar with EMGs in it, I actually boosted the distortion channel on my amp with the screamer side. So the left side wasn't on for that part. I wanted to see how this would fare just as like a screamer or like an overdrive to push, boost, and tighten up an already driven amplifier. Everything else, so all the other parts, were just clean channel on the PT15. And I think I always had this side, the left side on, the Ampy side, for every other part except for that solo with the silver guitar. So long story short, I used it in a bunch of different ways on that track. I used the left side alone, I used the right side alone, I used them mostly together, various settings of the bright and the asymmetrical and symmetrical clipping, the gain range, all that good stuff. So I'm going to solo a bunch of those parts now outside of the mix, play a little bit more through the pedal as well. I'll detail on screen or by telling you what's going on with each of these tones. Oh, and just one more thing, there's an effect loop in there, so if you want to insert any effects in between the kind of ampy side and the screamer side, you can do that. Okay, here we go. So I just cut the first rhythm part in the song at the beginning of the video, and I just wanted to show you the setting. This is the PT15 on the clean channel. Okay, and turning on the Ampy side of the pedal. So you can hear right away that it scoops the sound a little bit, adds some sparkle, some bottom end, and sounds really cool. I've got the headroom switch in the high headroom setting, and if I drop it down, you'll hear the pedal start to distort. So in the upper position gives you the most headroom, and I tend to like that. Now let's check out the other side of the pedal when I stack it on top of this. So that's the sound that I use for the rhythm parts in the song at the beginning of the video. Still quite clean. It's like one of those sounds that's like within the track it almost sounds like a clean sound, but you know there's some grit on it when you hear it isolated. But just sounds really great and really wakes up the sound of the amplifier. Alright, I just recorded the little lead guitar part with the gratuitous whammy drop at the end in the song at the beginning of the video, and to do this tone, I'm using the Crossfire to boost the dirty rhythm channel on my PT15 amp. So the sound without the pedal is like that. Turning on the Crossfire. Gives it endless singing, searing sustain, and also tightens up the sound quite a bit. Now that's in the lower gain mode on this side, on the right side. So if I bump up the gain, now we get crazy. From Crazy Tube Circuits, it's the Crossfire. The intention here is to give you the classic SRV tonal formula in pedal form. But really you can use it for many other things besides getting your Stevie Ray Vaughan on boosting an already crunchy Marshall style amp, or just kind of preamping a lifeless clean sound, waking it up a bit with the EQ and the extra controls that you get in there, maybe adding just a hint of drive to where it's like, is it dirty, is it not dirty? It'll do the Texas Blues thing, but it'll do so much more. Great job, Crazy Tube Circuits. You can check it out further at that link down there in the video description below. Click there, it'll take you to more info about this pedal and all the other great pedals they make. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell beside the subscribe. You'll get an alert when I put out a new video. I'm Pete Thorn. See you guys. Take care.